ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೀರ Yes, good morning all of you. Yes, very good morning to all of you here. Yes, switch off your mobile phones, keep it inside the bag. Keep the mobile phone inside your bag, all of you. Yes, so today we have planned for 3 sessions on universal human values, which is a part of your academic. Okay, and Monday we have planned for an Suttur visit. So we will be moving over there, and all the instructions regarding the Suttur visit will be shared through your coordinators in your respective WhatsApp groups. You follow the same, and you will be divided into 3 groups. One group will be leaving in the morning, and the next second group, and then comes the third group. The time schedule and everything, all the instructions will be shared to you in the groups. Okay, fine. That is on Suttur visit, Monday. There will be no sessions, just you will have the Suttur visit. Okay, fine. And then coming to today's UHV sessions, first we have with us our Professor Neeta ma'am. Please do come. She is from Mechanical Engineering Department, JSSSTU, Mysuru. I request Shubha Madam to greet Neeta. Welcome you, ma'am.
Owing to the Lotus Feet of His Holiness. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I will be taking you through 45-minute session today. So as you can see on the screen, the topic is the family we come from and the person we choose to become. Okay, so we all have stories here, right? We are all coming from different families, different schools, colleges, friends group, right, and different education background or family background. So we do have different stories, but at the same time we have our own intentions to be done, right? So we all have our own ikigai, right? So what is that ikigai, or what is that purpose of your life? What is that belief system we are carrying from our family? We shall identify that. And let us break the habit of being ourselves, right? So we are being comfortable with some habits, positive or negative. We are being comfortable with that. Let us try to identify our own habits and try to break them, because it's always easy to point our fingers towards others, right? But when you stand in front of in the mirror, only you can identify what are your faults, or in what ways you have to improve yourself. Let us not tell anybody that this is my triads, but let us improvise ourselves, right? So in that way, probably I think this session would help you or take you a small journey. So initially, so where are we living? So when I ask you physically, you might say I'm in the seminar hall, classroom, or at home, but mentally, where are we, right? So most of the time, you might have heard about this. Studies tell that usually 50 to 60,000 thoughts will be there in our mind per day. So that will be passing through our mind per day. But nowadays I think we are all seeing reels or shorts and all. So probably multiple number of thoughts would be going in our mind per day, right? So we are not giving a pause for it. So we don't know what we want. We don't know in what area I'm strong at, right? So always the thoughts will be like either it will be in the past moment or it will be in the future moment. Very rarely we will be in the present moment, right? So that is what you are seeing in this Venn diagram here. So most of our thoughts will be in the past moment or it will be in the future moment. So when I say thoughts, always the thoughts will be associated with thought patterns. So that will be associated with belief system, that will be associated with the personality what we are carrying now. So if you change the thought, you are going to change the thought patterns, you are changing your belief system, you are changing your whole personality. So whenever there is a thought, right, so chemical will be released in our body. So you know our body is a pharmaceutical factory. So many chemicals will be released, so many hormones will be produced in our body. It could be happy hormone, it could be sad hormone, anger issue, right? So many hormones are released in our body. So according to your thought, so our brain cannot identify whether it is a true moment or it is a false moment. So whatever the thought that comes to your mind, the brain will catch it up and it will say, and it will produce the chemical accordingly. So suddenly if I tell you have got a unit test now, suddenly the brain will produce some cortisol, the anxiety or the stress hormone, suddenly it is produced. Suddenly if I tell now you are let off, you can go back home, so you will be like, you will be very happy, suddenly a dopamine hormone will be produced in your body. So the brain cannot identify whether it is a true moment or it is a true living moment or it is an imaginary moment. So most of our thought will be imaginary. So I told you, it is just being with you today. So you are traveling inwards and you are identifying your thought patterns. So if you just see, you are associated with many of the past events. So when you are associated with the past event, usually the guilt will be there, regrets will be there, shame will be there, or you will be replaying the same conversations again and again. So if you had a fight with your friend, the same conversations you are repeating. It was like 5-6 months before, but still you are repeating the same conversations in your mind. At the same time, the same chemicals are produced in your body, right? So at the same time, you are associated with many kind of psychosomatic pains. So sometimes you will be having like headache or stiffness in your neck or heaviness on your shoulders, stiffness in your joints. But when you visit any ortho or any physician, he will say everything is okay, scans are okay, x-rays are okay, no issues are there. But these are the psychosomatic pains we are carrying. Only when you drop those psychosomatic pains, you will be able to feel better. So how can you drop those psychosomatic pains? By dropping the thoughts we are having, right? The imaginary thoughts. So these are some of the past thoughts you will be having. So I should have studied well, I should not have fought with my friend, or I should have joined to some other course. So some or the other the guilt or the regret should be there. Probably I would say, whenever we are associated with the guilt, we can actually think like this. Probably in that moment when I did that work or when I took that decision, that was my conscious level. Okay, but today I am bit matured, I have grown more than that level, so I can take better decisions compared to that. So you can think about it and you can forgive yourself. So in that way we will be able to drop down so many thoughts which we have. So it is about the past thing, or it will be like future, right? Either it will be, we will be just wobbling between the future and the present. So again the anxiety comes whenever you think about the future events. Anxiety will be associated with it. Always what if, what if, what if, what if, what if. It is going to happen or not, but we are associated with so much of anxiety issues. So worrying about what could happen, feeling anxious and thinking about the worst scenario. We are the best directors in our mind. All the negative things we will be running in our mind, and we will be playing a movie inside our mind. And again go back, the brain doesn't know that it is true or false, but it will be carrying every load what we are giving. So what is the best thing that you could do? By being in the present moment. So when you are in the present moment, so whenever your thoughts go back to the past, or when your thoughts go to the future, identify that, no, I'm just thinking, overthinking on it. Let me come back to the present moment. It has not happened, so why should I worry about that? So that present moment reminder we should carry. So suppose you have a chance, or if you are interested in reading books, you can read this book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. So you will be able to analyze how overthinking I am, how much anxiety I am creating to myself. So you will be able to get more clarity on your own thoughts. And when you are in the present moment, and obviously you will come to that acceptance level. Okay, this is what it is, let me accept the situation, let me carry it on. That we will come to. So there will be understanding, there will be inner peace, and you will be grateful for so many things in your life. You will be empathetic to others. So many things are going to happen in the present moment, right? So this is why the present moment, living in the present moment is most important. So what happens if you are in the negative state of mind? So whenever you are very angry, or whenever you say that, this is the most common thing, right? Don't talk to me right now, leave some time for me, leave some space for me, I'm in depression, right? We will be using the term depression, but it's a bigger term in terms of psychology, right? So whenever you are very low, when you are thinking negatively, so it is like the cortisol production in our body will be very high. The research says that 2 minutes of anger is going to bring down your immune system for 7 hours. So you are angry for 2 hours, 2 minutes, sorry, and your immune system is coming down by 7 hours. Just imagine how much pressure we are going to give on the body which has not done anything, okay? And finally, every anger ends in shame. We will be fighting with our parents, siblings, and finally, at the end of 1 day, 2 day, or 1 month, we will get back to them smiling shamelessly, right? So every anger is going to be ending by shame. So why give chance for that, right? So pause for a moment, respond to that moment, just move on. So you are escaping from so many adverse situations that would be taking by these negative effects. So these are some of the implications of negative thinking. Anxiety will be there, depression, weakened immune system, you're fighting with your family members, so isolation would be there. So what if you are very happy, okay? So what if you are thinking very happy, you are very happy, so happy hormones will be produced inside our body. So dopamine will be produced. I think you are familiar with the names of this, right? We would have used these terms, dopamine rush and all, right? Oxytocin will be produced, serotonin, endorphin. So these are the happy hormones which will be produced in our body. So when you look at the dopamine, that's called as the reward chemical. So there is one task which had to be performed for a very long time. So you have not performed that task, but at the end, if you just complete that task, you will have that some kind of satisfaction that you have completed that task, right? Or by doing some self-care, eating healthy food, celebrating little wins, that dopamine will be produced. At the same time, when you go for a shopping, when you are gaming, right, even the dopamine will be produced. Just look at the small barrier which is there with respect to the addiction. Gaming is an addiction, getting into substances is addiction. It is just for pleasure, right? Happiness is different, pleasure is different. So getting addicted to substances or going for a shopping, we all do that. So whenever you feel like frustrated, you will go for a shopping. So you might have seen the shopaholic movies and all, right? So you will go for a shopping, you will be like free there. Then or else you will be playing games. So you don't know how PS4, PS5 will be doing it. So you are not aware of how anxietily you are playing, right? So that is also a dopamine rush, and again you'll get into substances. So that is a dopamine rush. These will come under pleasure, right? So you have to identify which is good, which is bad. Is it taking me for addiction? Is it taking me for good type of addiction or bad addiction? Exercising, walking, it will come under good category of addiction, right? So dopamine, you have to be careful of what kind of dopamine you are choosing. Most of the time we will just escape from the situation. You will be under this dopamine rush and you will say you are happy, but you just identify in what kind of dopamine rush we have been, okay? So then the serotonin, that's called as the mood stabilizing hormone. So by meditating, by running, by sun exposure, walking in the nature, swimming, cycling, any physical activity, that is going to produce serotonin in our body. Then oxytocin, that's called as the love hormone. So when you are playing with a baby, dog, holding hands, hugging your family members, giving compliments, that oxytocin will be produced in our body. Then finally the endorphin. So when you just had a good laugh with your friends, you might have felt that your body is totally light. So that is when the endorphins are produced in our body. So why I took up this topic is, let me come back to a small story. There was a farmer, it seems, okay, so he will find a big egg someday. So he will take that egg back to his barn, and there will be a chicken farm in his barn. So he will take a big egg to his farm, okay. So someday that egg is hatching up, and finally a eaglet is coming out, okay. That's the egg of an eagle. So what happens, there is a chicken farm already, and this eaglet is mingling with the chicks which are there, and it is playing along with it, right? So at some day, to what height or the fright what they say the chicks can carry, it will be like 10 meters or 20 meters. But the eagle can take a fright of like 10,000 meters, 20,000 meters. So this eaglet which is growing amidst of all these chicks, it will not be knowing its own capacity, because it is under the belief system that, because it is within the chicks, right? It is with the belief system that I can only fly up to 10 meters, I can only fly up to 20 meters. So one sunny day, this eaglet will see a eagle flying in the sky, and it will ask the chick, which is that bird which is flying so high, it will ask. So the chicks will tell, it's called as the eagle, and it's the king of the birds, okay, it can fly very high. So now it is a chance for the eagle, okay, it can take two decisions. It can be in the same comfortable zone where it is along with the chicks and only fly up to 10 to 20 meters. That is what it is trained mentally, okay. And it has got second option, realizing that it's an eagle and it can take a higher flight and it can be much higher, right? So this is what we have to choose now. We are in a comfort zone, so we are in a safe family. So you just analyze what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, where you have to improve, what is your purpose of life. So in that way we can actually move on, okay. So going further, this is one of the interesting slide. I would take much time under this slide. So if you just see here, this is at the center you are seeing. It's inner world of thoughts and feelings. Very rarely we sit with ourselves. Very few students have the practice of doing meditation, right? Only when you meditate, only when you observe your breath, so you will be able to come back to the present moment. Probably you have done that for 4 days, right? So only when you sit with yourself, you will be able to analyze what thoughts are coming, what emotions you are giving to that thought. Only when it is there, you will be able to do. Or else other time it will be like surrounding everything, right? We will be always addicted to the external world. Suppose you imagine a baby in your family. So when it comes come back home, it will not be having any toy, right? It will be happy with himself. but slowly we will start giving small toys to it. So slowly when you take back the toy, it gets addicted to the toy and it will start what you call it as crying and all, right? So it is similar way. So it will begin with a small teddy bear, it will go with some Lego, it will go with a big bike, it will go with some racing car. So these addictions or the material possession, it's never ending, right? So you keep on hunting on one after the other. So if you can see, always the outer world is the physical reality. Our thoughts will be always associated with the outer reality. So it could be gaming, it could be social media. Of course, you might have heard many stories related to social medias. So always we are addicted to the real life, very less in the real life, right? So again it's there. So you can just appreciate your friend, or if something is bothering you, you can just see what I should work on, why I should bother seeing on somebody's life which is there. That is of course the beautified life which is projected there. So here, that is what we have to catch. And Snapchat, so nowadays we are not making any friends anymore, right? So we are just adding the friends, and you don't want to break the streak, so you want to continue the streak and you are maintaining that friendship. Just think, is that friendship only to maintain the streak? Is that friendship for the benefit, or are you truly friend with that person? Okay, just small things, that is what we have to catch in this session. And when it comes to body, right, so we will be obsessed with our own skin type, skin tone, hair type and all, or our fashion sense and all, and so much of facade is there, so much of energy is there to maintain for it. So you have created an identity like this. Okay, I am like this, people tell that I am like this. So even if you want it or not, you have to maintain that. Just imagine how much of energy is getting consumed just to maintain that facade, right, in order to impress other people. So if something is so heavy on us, let us leave it off, let us drop it off. So which is easy for us, which is light for us, let us carry it. Okay, so these are all which is coming under the external thing. So again, when it comes to food, we always want fancy restaurant, Instagrammable places to go, right? We always want it. So when you go there, it's not for food, it's for pictures and all. And just see, it's not, I'm not telling that it's bad or good. We have to have some barrier over there, right? So if you go there, if you are enjoying the food, if you are having a good time there, it's fine. But you will buy so much of expensive pastries and all, and you will just have a bite of it and you will leave it off everything, right? So try to give, learn to give value for the money that is paid, right? If you don't want, don't leave it there. At least you can pack it up and you can give it to somebody who is really wishing for it. So small things, we can make it as a habit, right? So it is just like fake a habit and it will be your own habit. Fake it till you make it. Start faking few habits and finally you are going to make it. In a proper positive sense, I'm telling. So these are so much of external reality. So you might say exercising is good, being with friends is good, eating healthy food is good. But when it comes to exercising, you see, most of us will be like under pressure of building up the muscles, right? So again, as pressure is there, you are not interested in building up your brain muscles, or what you call it as brain cells. So we are interested in showing off something to others, right? If that is the case, we can pause over there and we can stop it. Okay, so this is one of the thing. And if you can get a chance, you can read books like Monk Who Sold His Ferrari or Ikigai. In that sense, you will be able to identify what is that exact purpose that is needed. Or else all these days it is just like we are following our friends, or whatever our family members are telling, we are following them. Even if we want it or don't want it, we are just following it. So you identify what is your purpose of life, what is that you want to do. You wanted to play basketball, go join for it. You wanted to do gymming, go join for it. You are interested in hiking, go for a trek. If you wanted to learn singing, go for it. Dancing, go for it. Probably you would have started in your primary school days or nursery days, right? And as you grow up, your parents would have told, you have come to high school, you have come to 10th standard, PUC, concentrate on your studies. Your interest might be there, painting, drawing, whatever it is. But somewhere at that point you would have stopped, right? But still, at the bottom of your heart, you still want to pursue that, right? So if you have dropped any of your, ikigai like that, you just go and do it today. Don't postpone it, or else we will be just waiting for next week, next month, or next year to take up that resolution, right? So whatever makes you happy, you just do it if it is not harming others. Okay, so this is where it is. Be with your inner thoughts. Then the mind will always tell, right? This is what it comes under the belief system. So we are under a total belief with respect to, as I mentioned in the beginning, we are a story which is written by our parents, teachers, preachers, relatives, school, education and all, right? So there are so many belief systems that we are carrying. We have to identify, is that really true, or is it what I'm blindly believing? I would like to tell you a story on this. There would be a monastery, okay? You all know monasteries? Yeah, where Buddhist people pray. So there will be a monastery. So every day prayer will be going on in the monastery. So one day while the prayer was going on, the cat was coming in between and it was disturbing all the monks who were praying over there. So one of the older monks said them, this cat is disturbing us. Let us tie this cat until we finish off our prayer. Okay, so then second day what happened, again the same thing. The cat was entering during the prayer time. The monk instructed the younger monk to tie up the cat. So third day, fourth day what happened, voluntarily the younger monk started to tie up the cat before starting the prayer. So the belief system started like this. Before starting up the prayer, we have to tie a cat. That was the belief system that started. So one fine day that cat died, okay, but tomorrow they have to start up the prayer. But the belief system is like this. You have to tie up the cat and you have to start with the prayer. What would they do now? What would they do? They will bring a new cat, tie up a new cat, and they will start doing the prayer. These kinds of belief system, just see how there will be so much of them in our families, right? I'm not telling you to go and fight with your parents today, telling about what belief systems they carry. So it could be like this. Yesterday I was wise, okay? I wanted to change the world, or I can take it like this. Yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, I want to change myself. Let us not change anyone, let us change ourselves, okay? You are wise enough to change yourself. So these are some of the belief systems we usually carry. When I own that, I will be happy. You will be telling, okay, when I get a seat at JSS STU, I will be happy. Now you might be thinking like, when I get a good placement job, I will be happy. Or when I get good package, I will be happy. It's never ending, correct? So it will be like, okay, I want to get MS seat and all. When I go to that country, when I get that university, I will be happy. So it's never ending. So then you will be like, I want someone to make me happy. We will be, most of the time we'll be in a comfort zone, depending happiness on other person, okay? So we want somebody else to console us. So just analyze whether how much we are threatening that person to just make us happy. Then we will be telling life is so difficult and nobody cares for me. And we will be telling I am a shy person, okay? I am a shy person, I can't speak in front of everyone, I don't have good English. So we will be having so many thoughts in our mind. At the same time, we will be telling germs make me sick. We will be limiting this to hereditary, right? Most of the time we'll tell this has come down in our hereditary, right? My grandfather had this, my father had this, and this is it. I'll be getting it. We'll be by default we'll be telling it. But what epigenetics says is 99% of the DNA is not hereditary. Only 1% of the DNA is hereditary. Remember, the beliefs we are carrying, the thoughts we are carrying, it is being the same. So the psychosomatic pains are being the same. So the trauma what you are going to is being the same. That is that we are going to connect that with hereditary. You can break the change, okay? You can change the patterns of the DNA, and so you see that you are not passing on the same DNA to the future generation. So be aware. I mean, make the changes, and you just see what are your belief system. And you will be telling no pain, no gain, no, money does not grow on trees, I have to work hard to be successful, I don't have enough time. Even though so much of time is there for us, we will be waiting for one friend to join you for football or cricket today. So why do you wait for somebody? When you are interested, you take that leap, okay? So just analyze. It is a small task for you all today. So if you are interested, when you go back home, you sit in a quiet place, you just see what are the belief system you are carrying from your family. Don't blame anyone, because it is there, up to their conscious level, everybody will be working. Up to your conscious level, you think what are the belief system you are carrying and what is that you want to break, okay? So actually one book is there, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Probably that will help you to come out of your own belief system or your own patterns. So we have our own patterns, right? We will be getting up on the same side, we will be brushing using the same hand, same length of toothpaste we will be putting on, so same strokes we'll be using to wash up our face. So unconsciously we are doing it, so everything is in our muscle memory, right? So if you are conscious, you can break that pattern. So in between those patterns, add some cues, right? So you will be reading that in Atomic Habits, small cues, so that you are changing the habits, you are changing your belief system. So that is what the belief system is about. And most of the time we will be controlled by the environment, right? I'll give you an example. I would tell you a story on this. So there will be apartment. So two flats would be there opposite to each other. Flat A, flat B. So a person will be staying in flat A, person A, flat B, person B, okay? So flat A is like easy, chill going person, okay? He doesn't worry about anything, no overthinking, nothing. Flat B person is like overthinking kind of person, and for some reason he is not liking the person who is in flat A. And flat A person is totally unaware of it. I think you got the situation. Flat A, flat B, person A, person B is easygoing person, easy-go-lucky kind of person. Person B, overthinking, dramatic, and for some reason is not liking person A. Okay, one fine Saturday, let's take it as a college going guys itself. So person A, he just came out of the house, person B also came out of the house. So he just wished him good morning and all, he went to his college. But person B, he will be like, oh, morning itself I saw his face, my whole day is going to be ruined. So he has made up his mind now itself. So he will come out with that same anger, frustration. Then he will be stuck in the traffic. Again he will think, okay, I told you, I saw that guy, he wished me, so the whole day is going to be ruined. And he will come to college, internals gone, getting good scoldings with the lecturers, and he will be constantly cribbing on that scene which happened in the morning, and he is completely scolding that person A. And person A is completely unaware of it. So he will come back home, he will go to play, he will go back to sleep peacefully. But what has happened to this person B? Constantly in his mind he has been thinking about that person who is totally unaware of it, and constantly he has been spoiling his whole day. So like this, probably in our mind we will be repeatedly having conversation with many of the people whom we don't like, right? That person is very happy in the parallel universe. So why do we have to spoil our day, spoil our energy on that person who is not important for us, right? So if those kind of persons are there in our mind, let's excuse them, let's drop them off, and let's be happy. Let's take our day happily, okay? or else sometimes we'll be stuck in the traffic, correct? So it will be like one person will be completely blaming on it, what kind of road it is, what signals, unnecessary signals in Mysore, what it is, will be completely cribbing. There will be another kind of person who is taking the scenario, differently. He will be listening to the songs, he will be listening to some podcast, he will be looking around, he will be looking at the different kinds of leaves, trees, he will be hearing to the birds chirping. So there is totally a different way how you can look into the life around us, right? So it is like, does the environment control your thinking or you control your thinking? Again this concept will come. Are you responding to the situation or are you reacting to the situation? Most of the time in our house it's always the reaction. What ಇನ್ನು ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿರಲ್ಲ, what it is ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಲ್ಲ, you will be shouting at them. Just see, it is like a defense mechanism. You don't want them to give you some work or some load on you, so you will be opening your mouth, shouting very loudly, and you will be like, okay, I just made that person being frightened of me. So that kind of reactions we will be giving. So we can respond, we can react, right? So imagine you have gone to a hotel, okay? So one cockroach is just flying and it is sitting on the table. Imagine 4 girls or ladies are sitting over there. They will be like screaming. No offense to girls, I'm just taking as example. So they will start screaming. They will start running around looking at one cockroach, right? So that is the reaction what they are giving. So lately the waiter will come and he will slowly pick up the cockroach and he will take it out without any disturbance. So that is the response he has given. So we can respond instead of reacting. And when can we respond? Only when you give pause for a moment, think for a moment, practically, okay? So that is what it is. Does your environment control your thinking or your thinking control your environment? Most of the time we'll be talking the way our parents talk, we will be walking the way our parents walk, we will be thinking the way our parents think, right? So it's a pause again. You think, is it really wanted for you? Is it needed for you in order to pursue your passion? So it's not like again going back and telling them that it's wrong, okay? Just understand this. You understand, you don't be clever on changing others, be wise on changing yourself, okay? So this is one of the scenario. And it could be like when you change your mind, the mind changes. So positive and negative, right? So you change your mind, everything around it changes. So next is crossing the river of change. Now everybody is crossing the river of change now. So whenever there is a river, a boat is given to you, I tell you to just cross the river. You will have that anxiety because that's a new place, you don't know how it is, how safe it is, because our body is used to the safe zone. Even though you are traumatized in this zone, you will be like, okay, I'll suffer in this zone rather than going to a place. It's like it's what you call it as okay, let me get back. So you just have that fear of crossing that river of change. Now you all are crossing that river of change, right? Most of you have come from new places, you have left your places, you have come here. Probably in your home everything would have been very sophisticated, good mattress, AC room and all. Now you have to adjust in the hostels, PGs. So you are crossing a river of change. So be alert, be conscious, and choose some flexibilities is also okay. You don't have everything, need not be on the platter in front of you. Let us adjust for something, let us compromise for something. So you are crossing that river of change, okay? Don't be harsh on yourself, don't blame your parents for it. You have got it, accept the situation and slowly move on. Cross the river of change with grace, okay? So this situation actually relates very much to you at this point. Then when you want to change, many layers of distraction would be there. So your external environment will be telling, no, don't change yourself, you have this identity, don't change for anyone. So that external environment will be telling you, and your body will be telling you, let's start gym from next week, okay? So lazily it will be telling you. So always the mind will play the trick on you, right? So the body will obey to the mind. So the body will tell, be lazy. Then identity. So you have an identity. You have created this identity in your school level. You have this identity in your PU level. Don't drop that identity. So strongly these distraction will come to your mind. But if that is so heavy on you, drop it off. Okay, remove that layer of distraction. Then relationship, probably family would be telling, don't go for the swimming classes, don't go join any martial arts. So I have heard that if you do skating, I have heard that my friend's son broke his bone while skating. So these kind of things they would be telling, right? So being on a safer zone, you achieve what you want. Past memories could be there, emotions, belief system, inner voices. So many distractions would be there when you are ready to change yourself. So it's like overcome and overcome until you become. So you have to constantly overcome until you become what you want. So remove all these layers of distraction. So when you remove all these, you will be into a new future, right? From the unlearning, you will be relearning something. So new kind of fire and wiring of the brain will be there. So whenever you learn something new, synaptic connection of the neuron cells are taking place in our brain. So continuously it is taking place, the memory will be strong. That is what we have learnt under science, right? So repeat until you learn a new skill. So the programming, instead of living in the past, you create a new future. Instead of being in the same habit, you reinvent the new self. Then relating to that, I would like to explain a small prayer. This is called as the serenity prayer. Okay, so the serenity prayer will go like this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So few things we cannot change, that we have to accept it. We cannot change our parents, we cannot change our siblings, we cannot change our friends to some level. Okay, so you cannot change the relations or the relatives. So you accept it. Now you have got admitted to the college, you have got admitted to a course, accept it. So don't keep on cribbing on the things which you cannot change. Then you ask for the courage to change the things I can. So what all things you can change? You can change your skill, you can change your energy, you can change your belief system, you can work on the things which is needed. So God will grant the courage for you to change the things you can. And the best part is knowing the wisdom between the both. Okay, so know what is that wisdom. You just know what you can change, what you cannot change. That is the wisdom. Okay, so having said this, I would just have like to introduce you to the club which is existing in our college. It is called as Arpan. Okay, it is a JSS STU Social Responsibility Club, and it's been from 3 years this club is existing. It's a social outreach activity. So what is that we are doing? So we are into community engagements, we are into environmental responsibility, we are into education and awareness, health and well-being, leadership and values. So it is a club that is existing. So in the future days, volunteers will come to your class and they will explain you more on this. And we have many volunteers who have been in our club and constantly working on these areas: hygiene, education, community engagements. They have brought a greater impact to the society. Suppose if your purpose is like, I have to serve the community, I have to help the people, I have to listen to others people, let me be empathetic to others without any returns. Okay, so this is the club for you, and I am the faculty coordinator of this club. This is what it is. I just wanted to bring a small glimpse of it. In the future days, you will be associated with it. Probably in your scheme, it is mandatory for you to do 100 hours of outreach activities. So under this club, it will be easy for you to do some projects, outreach activities, gaining some leadership values and all. So this is going to be helpful for you. Okay. So with this, I would like to play a small video. If it comes, let me check. Okay. So with this, I would like to stop my presentation. So all the best to all of you. A small request is, go back home, have a comfortable place and just analyze or know what you want to become. It's not like what others want you to become, what you want to become as a responsible person, and take it forward. Okay? Okay, see you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Neetu ma'am, for your wonderful and insightful session. Now it's great pleasure to extend a warm and heartily welcome to Dr. Ravi Shankar sir, Professor of Practice, Department of Environment Engineering, JC Science and Technology University. Sir, it is a truly an honor to have with you with us today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir. Certificates.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಎನಿವನ್ ಹೂ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡ? ಓ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್. Thank you. I think you must have got a lot of advices for the last 4 or 5 days, so I don't want to advise. Rather, I'll share my experiences of how I've undergone the process of evolution and what are the hurdles, what were my limitations, and how could I overcome those things, right? You know about Siddheshwara Swamiji? He always used to say, there is nothing to teach. Whatever knowledge is required, it is already there with you. So only thing is, we need to practice it. Okay? So in that sense, you have all the knowledge within you. So only thing is, we need to practice what we really feel right for our own life and for the society at large. Since my topic is on sustainable development, I'll focus on that for about 3-4 slides, and later on we'll get into other areas. You know, urbanization and environment, the population which was just 25 crores in the beginning of Christian era has reached 830 crores. Means we have added 800 crore population within a span of 2000 years. Right? But the population growth took 1800 years to reach from 25 crores to 100 crores. But due to industrialization, scientific development, technological innovations, we learned how to harness or exploit the resources, natural resources, and then started exploiting those resources, and then accordingly human population started excelling in this society. Now, because of this, what is happening is we are moving towards the urbanization. The urbanization in the world is around 55 to 60%, and the resources on the earth is constant. Earth resources can be broadly classified into natural, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So non-renewable resources like fossil fuel, minerals, etc., when the population increases, naturally per capita consumption is also increasing, and when the per capita consumption increases, the non-renewable resources getting depleted very fast. So the way now we are consuming, if we consume similar, say in same time, in next 30-40 years, we will exhaust all those non-renewable resources. Coming to the renewable resources like water, air, etc., we are polluting them. So since we are polluting them, so naturally it is the quality resources is becoming scarce, and we are finding it difficult to handle it. So what are the answers now? So the answer is we need to reduce our consumption, we need to moderate our consumption, and limit our consumptions to our needs, not to our greeds. That's one part. Next part is whenever we utilize the resources, reuse the resources more effectively and efficiently, and before discharging back into the environment, we need to treat it so that the effluent is within the carrying capacity or assimilation capacity of the environment. That's one part as far as the renewable resources are concerned. Coming to the non-renewable resources, we need to ensure that whatever resources we are using, we should use it effectively and efficiently. Like say for example, the combustion engine used to give about 20 to 25 kilometers per liter of petrol. Now it has gone up to 80 kilometers. This is the contribution of science and technology. When people realize that this is the scenario, for sustenance we need to take care of the environment, a lot of global conferences took place and meetings have come out with the new ideas called Millennium Development Goals in the year 2000. Then later on, that was there up to 2015. From 2015 to 30, now we have Sustainable Development Goals. You must be aware of there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And we felt very clearly that balancing economic development, that is external development, along with the environment protection is very important. Then who is the root cause for all this development and destruction thereof? Who is the root cause? Who is the root cause for all the development? Who is responsible for all the development? We human beings. And who has to understand this and overcome these things? We only, right? So that's why when Madam was explaining universal human values, or you will have another lecture after this about universal human value, is that because the world has recognized that it is the human thinking which is responsible for all the development as well as destruction thereon. So we need to focus on human thinking process, wherein which the consumption pattern get moderated, and we learn that we are part of the entire cosmos. We are not alone. So our sustenance, our life depends on the many other species on the world, on the global scenario. Since I am from Environment Engineering Department, I can say that you have, in order to control the human behavior, naturally we have laws and regulations. Like we have environmental legislation, we have technological solutions. In the technological solution, we have preventive mechanism and reduce, reuse, recycle mechanism, curative mechanism like air pollution control mechanism, water treatment, noise control mechanism, treatment methodologies, etc. And to to handle the behavior of the human being, we can give two type of instrument, like we can give fiscal and economic instrument, like we can incentivize certain things to do in the right manner, or we can penalize you to behave the way the society needs. And also, when the the Western world, come with an answer for human behavior, you must be aware of carbon trade. Hope you are aware of carbon trade, because carbon emission is more in the so-called developed countries and it is less in developing country. And since carbon emission, ozone layer issues are global in nature, the world leader joined and found that, see, in order to reduce the carbon emission level to the level of 2000, the year 2000, America has to spend, let us say, $10 million. So $10,000 million, whatever it is. But see, if the same thing, if the others, developing countries, are not increasing their carbon emission, then says overall global scenario can be maintained. So what they did is, since I can't reduce to a greater extent, or my investment is high, I'll give that incentive to the developing country, so that they will reduce they will not increase their carbon emission. So this is called carbon trade. So Yoga, I just wanted to ask you now whether this is a right solution. To simplify that, I'll give an analogy. Let's say a person, a rich guy, will be in the restaurant. He is drunk, and while driving, he will go on the footpath. So there are one full family. It goes on there and they die. So the rich man says that to the driver, he says that he will call the driver and say that, okay, you go and surrender yourself, I will pay for it. I will take care of your family for next 10 years. Whether this solution is right? This is trade basically. See, he has committed mistake, but he has money. Another person is in need of money. So this is a type of solution which Westerners normally come out with, because they always think from the transaction point of view, materialistic point of view. Do you think this is right? No? Why? Why? Please answer. Why? ಯಾರತನ ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ತಪ್ಪೇನು? What is wrong in it? What is wrong in it? Ethical dimensions, moral dimension. So this is the real challenge today, because now the so-called developed countries, America for example, they think that, okay, we have to dominate, we have war weapons, so they can dump on anybody who don't listen to them, whether it is right. So these are the real challenge. This is moral dilemma, nothing to do with the economic principles. So that's where I found that I was in Japan, called Kyoto Protocol happened in 1997. When this issue was getting discussed, some of us who were from India were feeling that this is not the right solution, but we were unable to convey it to them. But fortunately, after 10 years now, all the Western peoples also started writing that this is not carbon solution, it's carbon karma. Okay, so that's where I think we need to be we need to have a deeper understanding of our own values and moral systems to find solutions with a long-term implication, not a short-term solutions which creates long-term problems. So basically, concept of sustainable development is development not only for the present generation but the generation to come. Means we have only borrowed these resources from our next generation, so we have responsibility to translate this or hand over this to the next generation in a better manner. So how can we do this? Because whatever affluence, because of the affluence, the impact on the environment is directly proportional to the population, affluence and technology. More and more technology we have capacity to exploit the nature to a greater extent. So that creates greater impact on the environment. You know, the GDP, gross domestic product, it only measure the materialistic growth. Means to say, if all of us can use the car to reach our home, naturally, because you are purchasing vehicle, you are using the gas, petrol, what energy source, whatever it is, and then it will increase the GDP of that country. But whether it is good for the society at large. Instead of, we can go in a bus and walk down for a while to reach our home. Which one is better? Each one going by car, or all of us sharing a common bus? Which one? Please be interactive. Which one is better? Bus? Okay. So that's what we need to understand this. But GDP measures only when you all go by car. So that then that is being integrated, that is being reflected in the GDP. So Indians again, they have understood that limitations of the GDP, and Mr. Amartya Sen, who got Nobel Prize for economic in the area of economics, and Mahbubul Haq from Pakistan, they have come out with the new indicators of development, which is called Human Development Index, HDI. HDR report, Human Development Report, is being prepared from 1990 onwards. Initially, everybody made fun of them, saying that it won't work. But fortunately, now it has become the order of the day. So each country, many countries which are good in GDP, but they are not good in terms of Human Development Index. So that shows the difference between the real rich people and the people with values. So there are sustainable development goals, you are aware of it. And all these 17 goals, no, basically we were all practicing it. You just see that each goal, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, all these things in our country, previously if you look at the village environment, we were practicing use, reuse and refuse. Whenever we go to shop, we used to go with the bag and utensils to bring liquid items. But it is the Western influence from which we learned these sort of a use and throw principles. Now they are telling us that you follow it. Otherwise it was already there in our, they are only telling about these 17 goals, but we were having that, we were practicing it previously in our country. So that's where actually we need to understand that what we have. So many a times we say, no, what someone else says becomes more important to us, rather than understanding what we are practicing within our home or within our society. So now, role of teacher in this college, or we don't teach you, because as I initially told you, Siddheshwara Swamiji's knowledge is there already within you. You know how to read English. So our role is only to remove the ignorance from your mind. You can see this. So already is there. Okay, this curve, this elephant, everything, this carvings, it is there already inside that stone. What is our role? We only remove the ignorance. Okay, so that's how. If you look at your BA syllabus, your engineering syllabus, all the syllabus is already given to you. You can read yourself. There is nothing we can do, because you know how to read English, and each syllabus, each course is very meticulously designed, that you have 5 units, and out of 5 units you have 10 questions each in each unit, so 50 questions. If you were ready for 50 questions, you will be very comfortably get more than 90 marks. Okay, so for that again there are 3 tests, 30 marks each, 30, 20. So same questions you can write in the internal examination, 40% weightage and 60% weightage for the term end examination. So it's very clear. So there is nothing we can teach you, because you can You can learn yourself, come to the classroom, be there and discuss with your friends, understand the topics very well, interact with your professors and understand the concept very well, and then understand the scope of that subject and the concept for the society at large, or how you can translate that into practice. But you have certain subject introduced recently by AICTC called innovation and design thinking. Means your duty is to innovate and find out if the design thinking means to emotionally attach to those problems that are being faced in the society, come out with solution, and then translate that solution. While translating that solution into practice, you iterate it again and again and come out with the best solution possible for the problem. Then we have environment studies for everyone, common because we need to take care of the environment. Universal human value, which Madam already started telling you, and after me also there is one more class which is very important, because as I already explained to you, it is the human thinking which need to change for the society, for the real development at large. Then we have constitution and professional ethics, Indian knowledge system. As I was telling you, because we felt that, because our impression is that our country was really poor and we did not have anything, and whatever we are learning is from the European thinking process. It's not the case. Till 16th century, India was the richest country. That's how many people came searching for our country, and we had deeper knowledge about the society, human development, and how to take care of the society and environment at large. So we have felt that, and that's how Government of India has introduced this subject called Indian Knowledge System. It's a 2-credit course which starts from the 3rd semester onwards. And attendance is made compulsory to make you understand that you should develop a sort of a discipline to sit in the class and understand what is being going on. Maybe sometimes it may be difficult, but it helps you to evolve yourself as a human being. Fine. So I won't tell you about the only positive things. I can just tell you, I am from Kannada medium, village student. I joined the same college in 1982. 82 to 86 I did my engineering. But to be frank, since I come from Kannada medium language, so it was very difficult to adjust myself to the new environment. Completed engineering, civil engineering. There were no jobs because it was pre-liberalization era. So I had to struggle for a while. Worked at the site, construction site. Felt that I am not fit into that. Again came and joined for MTech Environmental Engineering. I was first batch MTech Environmental Engineering. So completed engineering. While completing engineering, I started teaching the working engineers and the student from second year onwards. I was there as faculty from 88 to 90, but felt that after 2 years of teaching, I am only sharing or teaching what is there in the textbook or what I learned from the classroom. I don't have the real practical experience of how things are happening at the society. That's how when I got the offer from Housing and Urban Development Corporation, HUDCO, joined HUDCO in 1990 and worked till 2024 at different capacity across the country, and retired as regional head or general manager from HUDCO, from Bangalore regional office. So I worked in Kerala, Bombay, Delhi, Jharkhand and Karnataka state, and also had been to many other countries to understand how really things are happening. So I felt that now whatever knowledge I gain, I can share with the academic community. That's how I joined back as professor of practice about a year back. So last 1 year I am here as professor of practice. So initially I was feeling that with MTech there is no need to study again, because I felt that I know many things. But when I joined HUDCO, being a financial institution, I felt that I don't have the knowledge of finance. So I had to learn finance through IGNOU, because since I was working online courses through Indira Gandhi National Open University, MBA, initially finance, and then learned MBA HR and then marketing. But felt that this is not sufficient. So when I go for inspection to understand how really things are happening at the field level, felt in spite of technical knowledge, financial viability and legal eligibility, lot many things are not happening the way we expected. So that's how I started investigating why things are not happening. So then some of my professors said that why can't you do research on that? So that's how my PhD is on economics, environment and ethics for sustainable development. Means economic development is a requirement, but not at the cost of environmental destruction. But in order to ensure environmental safety and environmental quality, you need to have quality, the quality of the human, inner environment of the human being should be good. That's what we call it as ethics. Then when we lend money, HUDCO is a financial institution, when we lend money, we have to get it back. While doing so, I was attending the courts, and when I go to court, I was unable to understand their language, why things are not happening, why people are not repaying it back. So that's how I did my LLB, attending the classes, understood the legal implications and how actually the legal system works. And what I felt is when our intentions are good, we can do lot many things. So that's where actually the clarity is required. That's where actually human values, universal human value, they keep telling you about. You don't get influenced by what somebody else says. You find out what you really wanted to do. Because I learned it over a period of time with a lot of struggle. I am really happy that these sort of courses have been introduced in the academic circle now, and you have the luxury to lead life as per your own emotions, own understanding, rather than getting influenced by the outside. Because we had constraints, because we were born before the liberalization era, and it was extremely difficult to get certain things, and even to get a job what we really like. So that was the process at that point of time. Even getting a calculator was so difficult. But now, fortunately, the society is grown up like anything, and the world society, our Indian economy got integrated with the world economy. We have best brain, best facilities, and you have luxury to select the path which you like and lead meaningful life on your own. I'll just say that what HUDCO, where I was working, what it was doing. HUDCO is a financial institution. We give loan for starting from birth to death. Primary health center, water supply, sewerage, drainage, solid waste management, roads, bridges, construction. Then what else? Police housing corporations and all the housing boards, development authorities were funded by HUDCO. So while doing so, I understand lot many implications across the country, and one of the main learning is that the human nature, your integrity play an important role, and when you are working outside, there will be a lot of influence, you to become corrupt or get bogged down by the external influences, bossism, political interference and things of that kind. But if at all you wanted to be very straightforward, you need to learn lot many attributes which may not be there in the textbook, like humbleness, learning to give a response rather than reacting immediately, and lot many things. So that's what I have learned during my process of in HUDCO's experience. If anyone has gone to Delhi, you can say that our office is one of the best office in Delhi. It is in Lodi Road, corporate office, well-designed office. And in Kerala, I was involved in this Cochin airport construction. This is where I got the inspirations to do my PhD. You know, this Cochin airport is one of the greenfield airport which has come outside Airport Authority of India in 1997. When this airport construction was taken up, they were requiring more than 250 approvals. So a young IAS officer, he had the commitment to do certain things. He took that challenge for himself and translated from the vision into a practice. There were many hurdles, but he could able to complete the project with just 254 crores. Similar type of airport which has come out in Bangalore and Hyderabad costed about 1,500 to 2,000 crores. So I attribute this for ethical leadership and visionary leadership with integrity and passion. So that's where we need to learn. Means if at all the leadership has clarity about what they really wanted to do, and very clear about their vision and have an integrity, ethical practices, then cost of any construction, any project also comes down drastically more than 100%. These are some of the financing. Means while financing, even the sick person, this Kerala Road Transport Corporation was under loss. When they came to us, we made a structure and lent money to them, because you have to come out with innovative projects, innovative ideas to fund this project. There was a loss, so we gave money, and we ensured that in order to reduce their what do you call it as loss, what we did was, every day the bus used to earn about 5,000 rupees. We said that they have to deposit 1,000 rupees bus per day for our account. With this, we could able to ensure that they can purchase about 1,000 buses and repay our loan. Instead of 5 years, they could able to repay within 3 years, and their loss has come down. Means what I'm trying to convey is that you need to come out with new ideas, out of box thinking, to find solutions to the challenges. Then while doing that work, execution of work, there will be challenges, because people who are making money, who are corrupt, may not allow you to function. In one of the case, railway overbridge cases, one chairman, he was doing good work, but that was threatened by the other competitors. So what they did is, in one midnight, they have removed the column of one of the bridge. So 2 persons died at spot. So immediately they made a political hula gulla and took back that project from that Roads and Bridges Corporation. Means these are the challenges when you go to the field. For that you need to have a clarity about yourself, what you can do and what you can't do. These are some of the hospitals which we funded, Pariyaram Medical College, Trinity Cooperative Hospital and all. See this one on the left hand side, Pariyaram Medical College cum hospital, we lent 1,000 crores for this hospital, 100 crores to this hospital, but they could not repay it. It's in the government sector. So we invoked the government guarantee. Invoked the government guarantee means we freezed the entire treasury transaction. So there was suffocated the entire government transaction. They could not release any money to anybody, salary to anyone. So we could get back that money through court. Whereas another one is the Telicheri Cooperative Hospital. The leadership did not have any education the way you have, engineering degree, MBA degree and all. But they had a commitment to translate idea into practice. They have repaid our loan within 5 years. This is one innovative model of private sector hospital. In Kerala, there are a lot many Malayalis who are there outside. So when they come once in a year, so they have said that okay, they need not pay anything. They will bring them from Gulf to Kerala. They can visit their family, and with that same amount of what they used to spend in Gulf hospital, with the same amount, they can bring those people to Kerala, treat them and send them back. So they could earn a lot of foreign exchange. I think time is not much, not there. So this is some of the project we funded in Bangalore. So just for 15 lakh rupees, we were giving 1 BHK house and 3 BHK house, 2 BHK houses for 20 lakh rupees. Means if the government has a commitment, and if the officers have the integrity, we can translate those ideas into practice. I think this is what universal human values Madam will tell later on. I think another colleague will come and tell you. So in the entire society, we have bio-order, physical order, animal order. Bio-order, soil and minerals are required for the plants and trees to go, bio-order. And animal requires both the physical and bio order, and they are all in sync. They are in a good understanding each other, and they are in a symbiotic relationship. Whereas human being takes the resources from all the three, and they don't give back anything, and we are polluting. So the major problem now of our imbalance created in the society is human order. So that's where actually we need to take care of the human order, human thinking, to ensure that human order is contributing for the development of the other orders and keep that in balance. Basically, it's a mindset. So one fellow says that or if you ask what you are doing, he says that मैं पत्थर काट रहा हूँ. But next person says that I am only taking my salary, so I am doing my duty. The third person says that I am part of that monument building. So it's like how you take that challenge into your mind. So each one, how we look at the things play an important role. One person says 6, the other person says 9. So you know about it. So here one person, what he sees is 4, the other person say 3. The way we see the elephant. Let us not become like this. Let us understand the other person's other perspective also and see what best we can do within the limitations. So we can't solve the problem created by the same consciousness. So we need to improve our consciousness, expand our consciousness so that we can understand the things, challenges more clearly and come out with a solution. So what we can do in the college is only this. See, what is required for the society, we can't teach you. So what is required for the society is this. So we have distilled this, put that as a sort of your your textbook or the syllabus materials, and whatever you learn from syllabus materials, you can't translate that into practice as it is. You need to assimilate those concepts and see how best you can translate that into practice with your intelligence and analytical skill. If you want to read certain books, these are the books like Amartya Sen, Guru Charan Das, Difficulty of Being Good. It's not very easy to being good because there are many challenges. In the society, if you want to bring in change, there will be many challenges. People who are the beneficiary of a chaos don't mind putting kerosene on your head and burn you. So that's what the practicality is that. So that's how I have undergone the process when I was recovering money from the Jharkhand state and all. So it's not so easy because if they give 10,000 rupees, one person can come and kill you. So we need to see how best we can translate what we really want, translate idea into practice, and what are our strength, limitation, and in which circumstances we are working. This is sustainability curve, and ultimately, see, if you work only on the economic development, you can make money, but may be at the cost of your health. So if you want to take care of economics, money making, also your health, you can go to the next level. But with money, taking care of health, and also ethical principles, moral life, then you can reach a sort of a sustainable development curves. Initially, when other persons are making money, you are at the lower level, and when other person is doing other things, you may be at the different level. But when you have integrated your economics, environment and ethics, you can reach the better level. That's what we can say that sustainability curve means. If you make money but don't take care of your health, you may not enjoy life. But if you make money, also you take care of your health, but if you are not very ethical, your people or your family member themselves may not trust you or respect you or love you. So naturally, if you don't have that, then there's no point in making money or even being physically healthy. So you need to have all the three for long-term sustainability. I'll conclude with this. Each one of you is unique in nature, so I need not tell you should become so and so. What you really wanted to become is already there as a seed within you. So you need to only realize that. So understand the symbiotic relationship with yourself and the nature. Reduce your non-utilitarian consumption, because today non-utilitarian consumption is very high. That's how we are creating many problems. So if you, the nature has all the resources for our needs, not for our greediness. Convert unproductive physical work into productive. Many instruments, many things that are being imposed on our country or the society is like you have a gym. Many times people what they do is they'll go in a car to the gym and they don't take the staircase, they take a lift and go for about 10 minutes treadmill walk and come back again. So is it really good? So we are wasting the resources. So the real sustainability lies in how we harness our own physical energy to become healthy, how we use our emotional energy effectively so that we become confident and clear about ourselves, how to use our intellectual energy, creative energy to find solutions to the external problems, and also and also to use our intelligence effectively for our own good and good of society, and also the need of spiritual awareness. Spiritual awareness means we is not just a body, we are part of the entire cosmos. If we get clarity about that, that is called spiritual awareness, and that leads to a real human sustainable development. Thank you.
So thank you for a wonderful session, sir. Let us have a break for 10 minutes. Come back fast.